just before this little ceremony thing, like you can feel the energy and the excitement around the guys, the managers, the GAs. Everyone's excited for a fresh start.
The message so far, I know he's been here like no time yet, but usually a coach comes in, meets with the team, and gives them a little message. What has it been so far?
That we're going to improve. You know, he's a guy with strong integrity, high energy. He knows what it takes to win, and I think guys trust that. Guys trust his record. Guys trust what he's done at Louisiana Tech and Florida, and they're ready for it to happen in Georgia.
Did you know anything about him before he got here, just because he came from the SEC, from Florida?
Yes, ma'am. I mean, we play Florida twice every year, so I've gotten to shake his hand 3 times. So, you know, it's something I'm excited.
Is there something about his demeanor on the other side that kind of sells you into him?
Yeah, he's very poised. He's poised. He seems like everything's under control. There's no flood of emotions, but he's under control of every emotion. He runs his team really well with a lot of discipline, and his teams play really hard. And I think that's what Georgia basketball players do really well, is we play really hard.
Obviously, you saw what happened this season with the football team. Do you ever envision the basketball team having those kind of celebrations, having those kind of success? Is it kind of contagious that you want to be a part of that, and can it happen here?
All the time. We as players, we look up to those football players. They just won a national championship. How can you not look up to them? Is what we kind of say. And if you've ever talked to me, you know that I'm a diehard Georgia boy. So there's nothing I'd rather want than Georgia basketball to have the success that Georgia football did. And we're going to work as hard as we possibly can. And, you know, Coach White is going to work as hard as he possibly can to get us there. And I really do think we can do it.
The coach can only take so much responsibility good or bad. Players have to take some too. What one thing has maybe been missing the last few years?
No doubt. You know, I think there's been like a true chemistry that's been kind of, you know, at a loss the last few years. There hasn't been the leadership within the players that needs to be there. And I think with new leadership as a whole, that you can kind of see players take on different roles within the team. And I think that's going to be a big key with success this year.
How many times has Coach met with you guys since he was hired?
One time.
Just a Zoom or whatever it was?
Yes, sir.
Sunday? What
Yes,
was your
sir.
impression of meeting up? Is that the first time you ever met him besides on the opposing bench?
Yes, sir.
What was your impression?
You know, the internet wasn't great, but so first impression was good. You know, he you know, was on top of everything, and that's something we really look forward to. And you could tell that he was really excited.
What was his message to you guys?
That he's really excited. You know, he's really excited to get going, and he can't wait to get here.
Obviously, no one has more interest in a Georgia player who's planning to come back. What direction the program takes. How surprised were you that they found their guy in Florida?
Yeah, you know, I was surprised that they would choose the rival of Georgia to come in and take over the program. But it was awesome to see who they hired. You know, just everything I've heard was he's a great guy, great individual. I haven't heard anything bad about him, and he holds himself to the highest standard. And as Georgia basketball players, we hold ourselves to the highest standard. So we're really excited to get going, and can't wait to get started.
The football team comparison obviously is there to be made, but the SEC is a basketball conference now. How much does that fuel you guys seeing 6 teams in the tournament as well?
It's awesome. Guys that are really competitive always love to step up to a challenge, and that's what I take. Is that message is to look, our conference is the best there is, and if we can perform in this conference, we can perform in the big tournament. And that's kind of the mindset I'm looking at, is the better the SEC is, the better we'll do in the postseason. So we just got to get there first.
Can you describe what these last several weeks have been, Beggars, particularly the last few days? I mean, obviously, that's a sweeping changes in the last few days. What's it been like for you guys in the locker room?
Exciting. I think before you walked over here, I was telling how excited the guys are in the locker room. I mean, you can just feel a different energy and happiness and passion that guys play with. Like, guys want to get in the gym and, you know, get better, and everybody's coming into the gym, whether it's at 8 a.m. or 11 p.m. Guys are in the gym working hard, and I'm excited for Coach White to maximize our potential.
Now, you're one of those guys you could move along if you wanted to now, the way the transfer portal is and everything. Have you made a decision, and are you working on others to try to keep as many of you guys here as you possibly can?
Yeah, I mean, if you know me, I'm a Georgia boy through and through. I love being here. There's nowhere else I'd rather be. And so I've been trying to get guys to, either A, come to Georgia, or B, stay at Georgia. And so I've taken it upon myself to kind of help the recruiting process, I guess, if that's a way.
How does the conversations usually go of talking to, whether it's talking with the current teammates or talking with prospective, high schoolers or kids from other schools to say this is the place to be, you need to come or stay at Georgia?
As much as it looks like we're pretty put together on TV, we're not very put together. So if you ask a guy, they're kind of unsure about it. Not really. They're pretty open to possibilities, open to new options. So talking to guys in that conversation, it goes pretty vague. I'm not gonna lie. I mean, as much as I love those dudes, I can't hardly get an answer out of them.
One more question here. What are some things, the characteristics you picked up on from those Florida teams that Coach White coached that you played against?
Mm-hmm. They play hard. They play hard and they play discipline. And you're not going to find any other team in the SEC who stays down on shot fakes and plays with the level of discipline and help side defense that Coach White preaches. And that's what I'm looking forward to. I've always been a defensive guy, and you can tell that Coach White preaches defense with an emphasis. And so I'm really excited to work with him and gain some new knowledge. I've been under Coach Crean for 3 years, and now that Coach White's coming in, it's a new guy, it's a new face, it's a new information source. So I'm going to soak it in like a sponge. I can't wait.
How do you answer the people that say Georgia's far off? I mean, you're probably a Noah Ballman three-pointer away from being the #1 team in the country this year. Does it feel that close, even though from afar everyone just sees the record?
No, we're right there. I mean, you can tell by big games that we have the talent to compete. Tennessee, Auburn, Memphis, like those are national championship-esque teams. I mean, we can compete. We're not far. All we need is a coach to take us there.
All right, thank you, Jack.
Thanks. Thank you.